Emotional numbness can feel strange because you may still understand what is happening around you without fully feeling connected to it. You might receive good news without excitement, experience disappointment without much sadness, or struggle to react to situations that once would have affected you deeply. Emotional numbness isn't necessarily a sign that you don't care. Sometimes it develops when the mind has been dealing with more emotional pressure than it can comfortably process. Understanding what may be underneath the numbness is the first step toward reconnecting with your emotional life. Number 1. Prolonged emotional overload. When difficult emotions continue for too long without enough recovery, the mind may begin reducing emotional intensity. Constant stress, conflict, pressure, or repeated disappointment can leave you feeling drained rather than deeply reactive. What initially feels like emotional strength may actually be your system trying to reduce stimulation. The numbness can be a sign that you've been carrying more emotional weight than you've had space to process. Number 2. Unprocessed pain. Sometimes emotions become muted because painful experiences were never fully acknowledged. A breakup, rejection, loss, betrayal, or major disappointment may leave feelings that remain unresolved beneath the surface. Instead of consciously experiencing the pain, you may become detached from it. This doesn't mean the experience has disappeared. It may simply mean your emotional response has been pushed further out of awareness. Number 3. Chronic stress and mental exhaustion. When your mind spends too much time managing responsibilities, uncertainty, and constant demands, emotional responsiveness can become weaker. You may have enough energy to complete basic tasks, but very little capacity left for excitement, connection, or emotional reflection. In this situation, numbness can develop alongside irritability, poor concentration, low motivation, or a strong desire to be left alone. Your mind may simply be operating with limited emotional resources. Number 4. Habitual emotional suppression. If you've repeatedly learned that certain feelings are unacceptable, inconvenient, or unsafe to express, you may eventually become disconnected from them. Perhaps you were expected to stay strong, avoid conflict, never complain, or hide vulnerability. Over time, pushing emotions down can become automatic. You may know something bothers you intellectually while struggling to identify what you actually feel. Number 5. Protective detachment. Emotional numbness can sometimes function as psychological protection. If becoming emotionally invested has repeatedly led to hurt, disappointment, or rejection, staying detached may feel safer than becoming vulnerable again. You may keep people at a distance, avoid emotionally meaningful situations, or convince yourself that you don't need much from anyone. The protection can be useful temporarily, but when it becomes your default response, it can also prevent genuine connection and positive emotional experiences. Emotional numbness doesn't automatically mean that you've lost your ability to feel. It can develop through prolonged emotional overload, unprocessed pain, chronic stress, emotional suppression, or protective detachment. Instead of judging yourself for feeling less, try to understand what your mind may be protecting you from. If numbness is persistent, severe, or interfering with relationships and daily functioning, speaking with a qualified mental health professional can help you explore the underlying causes safely.